Okay, guys, and we are live. This is the TIPpawgcast, episode 29. This is the Titanfall Princess, your Irish girl gamer. But enough about me. We're going to have the panel introduce themselves and talk about what you've been playing. We'll start out with Demetrius if he's not busy at the moment.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just taking down these iPhones real quick. Lords of Eclipse, everybody, you know who this be. I'm the king of gods, king of everything, so it is what it is. So if you don't like it, I don't give a fuck. I'm at the moment I'm playing Injustice 2, been destroying everybody online. So anyone has Xbox One want to play me on Injustice 2, you know where I'm at.
Okay. Next up, we got Rambo.
What's going on, guys? I just been playing, like now going back and playing through some of the older games so I can get some reviews up on my channel. But I just finished Knack, and then I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to platinum it before I move on to the next one. That's basically all I've been doing lately. So that and playing Destiny.
Okay. And next we got Craig Harris back in the house.
Hey guys, what's happening? Craig Harris of Craig's Corner. I've been playing Witcher 3.
Nice. And unfortunately, Porter Rock may be late or he can't make it. Everybody knows shit happens with him sometimes with his job. So hopefully he'll pop in. Me, myself, I got my Injustice yesterday, so I've been playing that, the story mode, and playing online, you know, with some people and everything, but I'm trying to get through the story mode. And then, like I said, after I get tired of story mode, then I go play people online at night. So that's what I've been playing the last 2 days, basically. Okay, let's move on to our first subject. Okay, so I want to hop right into it with the biggest gaming news of the week, which people are talking about a lot. That's the reveal of Destiny 2. New weapons, new characters. Sony will have the marketing rights to Destiny 2 and exclusive content, guys. Now, you know, people are pissed about that. You know, it goes on Twitter. People are going to be crying, but that's just what it is. Now, even though Destiny 2 is marketed for PS4, the PC version, the PC people will have their own version, will be 60 frames per second. That is a huge difference. What are your guys' thoughts and what you see and what you've heard about the release of coming out for Destiny 2, it being on PlayStation, the exclusiveness and exclusive content, as well as the PC version?
Well, I'll go first. I just think that people need to stop running around saying all these games are going to be 4K 60 and just wait for the developer to come out and tell you exactly what it's going to be. I mean, because all we've heard for 18 months is Vega Rising, 6 teraflops, and how all these games are going to run 4K 60 on Scorpio. And it's just like, you know, you have to wait and to see what the developers are going to give you and then run with it. So it's unfortunate, but a lot of them got egg on their face tonight, I guess. I mean, I keep hearing that. I heard somebody say, well, they said to wait for E3. They're going to tell something at E3. There's somebody else was saying earlier that, oh, no, it's already been confirmed. So it is what it is. It's just a giant egg on face. And shut up, wait for the developers to come out, tell you what you're going to get, and then go enjoy it. I mean, I'm not a Destiny guy, but it's hilarious to listen to these people just cry. I mean, just bitching and moaning. Like I said, just unfortunate too. That's my 2 cents on it.
Okay.
I'm a fan of Destiny. I'm a fan of Destiny, whatever. And when I saw the reveal trailer of the multiplayer, I was kind of a little bit disappointed. It was so much like the first one. And I really don't want to get too much detail into it though. But the people are talking about this whole 4K shit. Like, don't most MMOs don't even run in 4K? Like, don't most of them don't? Like, they don't even run that well? I guess there's so much shit that's going on in the background. They usually don't run too well. But I'm excited for it. I'm glad that Bungie has done a lot. They add submachine guns to the game. They slowed the pace down to the first Destiny. So they did a lot of stuff with it. You know, they changed 6v6 to 4v4. So hopefully Destiny 2 will be way better than you know, the predecessors. So if you play Destiny 1, Destiny 2 looks just like an expansion. It's not a whole new game with a whole new experience. It's the same fucking game with a reskin with prettier graphics, because we all know the 360 version and the PS3 version held the next gen consoles back, so that's why Destiny didn't play too well. The servers were really bad and all that stuff. So Destiny 2 should be way better. Bungie has fixed a lot of the issues that was wrong with the first one. And my main concern is the PvP aspect. That was my main concern because the first one, PvP was horrible. The connection was horrible. Trials of Osiris was nearly unplayable because motherfuckers were DDoSing you online. So I know you can't stop DDoSers, but hopefully that Bungie, when they put back Trials of Osiris, because I've heard that they were going to try to do that or make something different, like similar to Trials of Osiris. But hopefully when they do stuff like that, they can be able to maintain the servers better, and where like the weapons do better damage, so there won't be ghost bullets and shit, because the first one had a lot of ghost bullets, and it takes a longer time to kill people on Destiny 2. So hand cannons has been nerfed a little bit. SMGs are balanced. Shotguns are very nerfed. Don't know about the snipers. They changed the subclasses now, so there's no Titan skating. Rambo, if you know what that is.
They didn't change the subclasses.
Yeah, they did. They added new ones. They kept them the same.
All they did is add a new one. They didn't. They're not taking them away. We don't know that.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. They already said it. They took away tight skating. They took away shade stepping. They took away all that. They actually confirmed it and said they took it away because it was overpowered and everyone didn't like it. And they took away they nerfed the Warlock melee too, because how broken it was. They actually said, I watched the entire reveal trailer 2 hours when I was at work because we had no customers yesterday, so I was watching it. They said they took away most of the bullshit subclass like Titan skating and the shade stepping. They replaced it with something new on top of new subclasses. That's exactly what they said. And plus, there's a guy on YouTube named Dotto. He said the exact same thing. They took away shade stepping and they took away Titan skating and Warlock skating, where the fuck they have it, and they changed the subclasses to something new. So they do have new subclasses on the game. They don't have the exact same subclasses. That pretty much wouldn't be an upgrade if they kept the exact same thing. I mean, it wouldn't make any sense.
Rambo, what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, that's good. I mean, it's gonna. I'm hearing his thoughts. I mean, I've done over 5,000 hours into Destiny between my PlayStation 4 and my Xbox One, and I love the game. I'm going back and playing it now just because I got the Destiny hype again. Like watching that reveal trailer got me wanting to go back into Destiny, and just visited Zer today and about to play some more tomorrow and get back into it. I've already bought the deluxe edition for the PlayStation 4. As far as the gameplay, the trailer though, it looks amazing. I like to see. I'm glad we're finally fighting the Cabal, and like the Cabal have a more prominent role than just a planet. It looks interesting now because like the people that we would usually went to go to look at talk to at a table, now they're actually in alongside fighting with us and stuff. So it's going to be very interesting. And I like the idea of the farm. Instead of being the tower, it's called the farm, and that's like where you're gonna meet new people, like giving you quests and side missions and shit like that. And there's actually like I forgot what the side missions is called, but it's some sort of side mission to where you can go do and get like really good weapons or gear. And so I find this is going to be very very different from the very first one. Almost everything that we said that we wanted in the first one, they're putting in the second one. For one thing, like the daily events, the public events, they're actually going to show up on your map now.
Oh, nice.
You don't have to go to an app or whatever to look for like where they're going to be and what the time zone is. They're just going to pop up on your map and show you where they're at. As far as going into raids, whenever you were they said that 50% of their players did not play the raids or nightfalls
because they had no friends to play with.
Right. But now they're making it to where it's not going to be full on matchmaking, but it's going to be where like a clan, if the clan is missing one player that's needed, they can put out a request for a single player, and that single player will see a message from that clan, either accept it or deny it. And then if they accept it, then I guess the person that gets to get the invite from the clan, they get to look at like a little bit of something about them. and then they get to go and jump in and join their game if they want to, and the clan has a right to either accept or reject the person's request to join them too. So I like that as well, because I mean, I know there's still going to be a lot of superiority people, but there's still the overall experience in Destiny. I feel like that there is that negative group of people that are like real snobbish, like you don't have this gun or this this helmet or whatever, that you're not playing. But there's the overall experience with Destiny is that the most players aren't like that. So a clan that is going to have like there's several times that our clan's been one short of a person to go do a raid, and we just went to LFG, got a random, and completed it. So this is going to be perfect for things like that. Definitely looking forward to the playing it, and actually the multiplayer, I wish they would have shown a little bit more on. I'm hoping we're going to get to see more on that at E3 about like that stupid control type one where I forgot, like some sort of defense thing where like something is floating in the air. They just showed kind of a screenshot of what it looked like, the thing, and talked about it for a little bit, but they never actually showed any gameplay of it. So I'm hoping to see more of that.
All right. Nice input, guys. I appreciate that. We're gonna move on, okay, to the next subject.
I'm here too. Hello.
Who's that?
That's Persona.
Oh, hey, Persona.
What's
up? Introduce
much.
yourself.
Sorry. What's good, guys? This is Persona of Game with Persona and the Council,
Here.
and what's up, PlayStation.com, and yeah, thank you for having me.
All right. So what are your thoughts on Destiny 2? What you seen?
Me being a big Destiny player and loving Destiny 1, what I saw in Destiny 2 definitely was a big improvement from Destiny 1 as far as the worlds, as far as the weapons, as far as the story. The story definitely looks very interesting, especially like for the story to start out like that. It's like, that's some crazy action, and it'd be interesting to see how it's going to go from there. And they did make a big emphasis on adding more cinematics and really creating a lore and a story around Destiny this go around. So I'm definitely excited to see how that pans out. As far as your Guardians, like they look like they made the Guardians more humanized. It's more personal. It feels more like your Guardian this go around as well. As far as like the Crucible, what I saw with the Crucible match countdown, it definitely does look dope. I definitely love competitive Destiny as well. I played a lot of that in Destiny 1. So seeing that in Destiny 2 is definitely dope. One thing I don't like is that they took away the 6v6. I kind of feel that's going backwards. You could have just added in, some 4v4 modes, or you could have just made Countdown a 4v4 mode, but to make all Crucible 4v4 kind of feels backwards to me. I'm definitely not feeling that too much, but we'll see how it goes. And they're trying to make Crucible a little bit more personal, so we'll see. What else? But yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. Everything that I saw. Yep.
Well, hopefully, maybe they'll even fix some of the, like if they hear things. I mean, we still got a little time. They're still working on it, so before it comes out. So maybe if they hear what people are saying, maybe they'll add some shit back, correct some shit, or do whatever. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But let's move on to the next subject. Now we have a lot of 2s coming out, and you all know what I mean by that. Like, Life is Strange 2 was announced. Bloodborne 2 will be shown off at E3. I'm sure that we'll see some more of The Last of Us 2 footage at E3. Hopefully, NAC 2 will be coming out this year. But back to Life is Strange. It's going to be a two-part question. Back to Life is Strange. What would you want to see in that sequel? And also, are there any other games you want to be announced for a 2 at E3?
You mean like a sequel?
Yes, like a sequel. That's what I mean by 2, a sequel. Yeah, like and like if you guys played Life is Strange, do you want to see something different in that game? What do you want to see in that one? And do you want to see any other sequels come out or announced?
Yeah, I'll say I've never played Life is Strange. I've heard nothing but good things about it, however. But yeah, I would love for them to announce a Horizon 2 because I would love to see Aloy some more. That's just myself.
Yeah, that would be a little bit way too early for that, but
yeah, I know.
Yeah, that would be nice though, but that'd be like way early.
But I think if they announce it, they're going to have to announce it for like 2 years from now.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like to see that. And Bloodborne 2. I got my fingers crossed for that. I would like to see that. And but that is it. I love the newer IP, so just keep the new IP coming. But no, I haven't played Life is Strange. I have heard nothing but great things about it though. Heard it was very well written, very well paced. So yeah, that's all I can say about that one. I'm pretty dormant on that. I'm excited about the new IP that both consoles are going to show. So
okay, all right, Demetrius, what are your thoughts on that? Oh, he put a customer. All right, we'll go back to him. All right, what about you, Craig? Rambo, I'm sorry, Craig just spoke. Go ahead,
well, with Life is Strange, I mean, I don't really know what to expect of it. I don't know if they're going to continue on with the actual same story, or if they're going to start over with a different story and just like how maybe just a whole different experience with it. So I'm looking forward to it because I mean, obviously they did a very good job. I think one of my favorite story-driven games like that of this generation was Life is Strange. So I'm definitely looking forward to their second one. Knack 2, definitely hoping that comes out this year. I don't think it will, just simply because we're getting closer and closer to that time frame when a lot of the Sony marketing right deals are going to start dropping.
Mm-hmm.
So the likelihood of them dropping an exclusive to get swallowed up by those big third-party games is going to be very, very slim. So
maybe, hopefully. Well, actually, I didn't say maybe. I said hopefully.
Oh yeah, I would love to see it, but I mean, I think it would have to come out definitely before like September. So
and if not, let's do it after the big rush. Like,
oh yeah, definitely the big third-party games. We got to get them.
First quarter or something next year. Yeah.
When it comes to let's see, when it comes to like anything I want to see a sequel of, Bloodborne 2 would be like, but the only thing I could think of that would be even on my mind. I really don't. I can't. I'm getting pretty much all the sequels that I really want right now. Red Dead Redemption 2, Shadow of War, Destiny 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2. I mean, we're getting kind of overloaded with sequels this year. So I think that I'm probably good for the sequels right now.
Okay. Are we still on the subject of Life is Strange?
Is this Demetrius? Yeah. No. Yes. Life is Strange. And if besides that, if you want to see something different in that sequel, well, what would you want to see in that sequel? And besides all the games we named that are having sequels come out, are there any that you want to see that you're excited for?
Probably out of everybody, obviously, is Red Dead and Star Wars Battlefront 2. I think I came in the end when Rambo said Battlefront 2, so it's pretty much a common sense thing. As far as Life is Strange 2, I didn't play the first one. I'm surprised they never gave it away for free by now, like on either system. They just gave the demo to it. I'm surprised that the Game for Gold and PSN Network free shit monthly never gave that game away for free because Life is Strange should have been free like not even a year or two ago. It should have been free. But I played a little bit of it, like the first episode. It was okay. I thought it was kind of boring a little bit. When I get the second one, probably not, because I didn't really like the first one that much. So if the second one has some, a little bit different, updated graphics a little bit, longer story, something like that, then I may consider it. But so far, nah. If they make a second one, I wouldn't care. I'm just saying. If anyone, no offense to anyone who actually liked the game, the first one, but the first one I actually did play, it was not my cup of tea.
Well, if it's not your cup of tea, it's just not your cup of tea. But at least you ain't knocking it in the ground,
Right.
See, that's what sets you apart from other people that are on YouTube, and that's why you're on my podcast, because you don't, you say if somebody else likes it, I'm sorry. If you do, it's just not for me, and it's all right because we all have games that are for, some people and not for others. So that was an excellent statement to make, and I hope everybody in the chat understands that. Everybody that's listening. That's what we're about here on this podcast. We do not care what you do like. just don't knock a game because it's not your cup of tea. Just say it's not for me. You don't have to say the game is trash, which a lot of people do on YouTube. I'm not saying you people in the chat do it, but the people on YouTube do that stuff. So Demetrius, that was an excellent point. Excellent. Right. Persona, what are your thoughts on that?
As far as Life is Strange goes, Life is Strange 1, I really did.
Hey, Porter Rock joined.
I really did enjoy that story a lot. It was really definitely a gut wrencher at times. You know, the twists and turns and the surprises that did happen in the game. It definitely was dope. Where it left off, I kind of figured there would be a part 2, or kind of hope that it would be, just because, you know, I would want to see how that journey would continue with Max and Chloe. So I'm definitely excited to see what Life is Strange 2 will hold, even if, you know, is it going to be the same characters or not. So that'll be dope. And as far as a sequel that I do want to see, I mean, obviously Destiny 2, which we are seeing and, you know, getting, but I would actually want a Warriors 2. I would like that to be done for current gen consoles. Cool. And yeah.
All right, and you know what? We just had one of our members join late, and I'm glad he made it. Mr. Porter Rock, please introduce yourself.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Porter Rock 77. Glad to be here. Sorry I'm late. But I got out of work late today and stuff like that. But hey, I'm glad to be here. You know, I look forward to joining this podcast every week. I see what's up, Rambo, Persona Clips. What's up, top flight security of the world, Craig? Hey, what's going on? So what are we talking about? I hear we're talking about Life is Strange.
We're talking about Life is Strange, a sequel. Do you want to see something different in it? And also, we know that there's a lot of 2s coming out, which are sequels. What are the ones that you want to see besides anything different in Life is Strange? And are you excited about the new Life is Strange?
But actually, yeah, I played Life is Strange. It was like on sale on one of those PSN flash sales, and I heard a lot of good things about it. And I like those type of games, those, you know, story type, choose your own destiny type games and stuff like that. You know, it kind of remind me of Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls and stuff like that. So I tried it out and I loved it. It was actually a very good game. My wife loved it too, because she didn't want me to play it until, you know, until she was able to watch it, because she just loved the story and the choice and stuff like that. So I'm kind of surprised at a sequel, because I didn't think, not that it wasn't, I thought it was successful, but I didn't think that was a game people would think of making a sequel. But I'm kind of glad it did and stuff. So I'm actually looking forward. I'm gonna buy it day one. I'm gonna support this game. The first one was very good in my opinion. So yeah, I think it's gonna be cool.
Right. What we're gonna do? Are there any other sequels you want to see come out this year or be announced at E3 for either this year or next year?
Oh yeah. So one that's catching traction for rumors, and I think it's probably the most realistic, is Bloodborne. I would love to see a Bloodborne sequel. That's to me, that's the most realistic, you know, franchise that we've seen this year and stuff. I would love to see a Bloodborne sequel. As far as a fantasy sequel, like, you know, something that I would love to see announced, especially that Sega is they recently announced saying they're gonna double down on their IPs and they're gonna create new IPs. Mm-hmm. They're gonna spend like $500 million on revitalizing IPs. What I would love to see from them is like a Golden Axe. That's like a RPG. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like The Witcher, you know, like The Witcher, Horizon type, you know, third-person action RPG, but based on the Golden Axe lore. I would love to see that from them if they did that.
Okay. Well, I'm going to ask you one other question, because we just got off of that before we move on to the next subject, since unfortunately, I told him you were probably at work. And unfortunately, you can't tell him I got to go. Anyway, the other one was the announcement of... oh shit!
Destiny.
Oh, Destiny 2.
Destiny 2. Yeah. I'm sorry, my mind. You guys, thank you. No, we talked in chat. My mind's not here. Porter Rock, I'll talk to you later about that.
No. Oh, so what I think about the announcement?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm all excited. I'm ready to go, because one of my clans that I'm in is a Destiny, specifically a Destiny. They still play Destiny. I mean, they play harder than I do, but I'm excited to get back in it. Oh, I'm hyped. I'm hyped, and they made the Titan look like Captain America with his shield throwing. Oh, I'm gonna go ham on multiplayer on PvP. I'm gonna be a shield throwing fool. Oh, because I play Titan on PvP, and people like if you're a Destiny player on PvP, everybody knows they hate Titans on PvP. Especially like the shoulder charging fucking PvP players. That's
well,
me.
they nerfed that shit.
Yeah.
Titans don't piss me off on Destiny. What pisses me off is the fucking hunters. Like all you see is hunter assholes running around with fucking No Land Beyond, think they're fucking MLG sniping piece of shits.
Oh,
and then they
man.
complain, and then they complain about warlocks. Talking about, well, your melee is broken. Well, all you fucking do is camp in the back of the map with a fucking sniper and shit, shade stepping people all day. So you're just as a faggot as the fucking warlock. So I mean, just saying.
But I'm excited. I'm really excited for Destiny 2. I think it looks great. I think it's gonna be fantastic. I think this is the game people. Even though I enjoyed Destiny 1, but when it was first unveiled, it was completely different than what we got when it actually launched and stuff. And I think they're finally gonna get it. Yeah, and the fact that the clan system is embedded in the game itself, I think that's gonna be great too. And stuff. I think it's gonna be amazing. And one thing y'all know about this feature they added, right? Like it's not necessarily matchmaking for raids and for like nightfall strikes, but what it is like you can set up your let's say you got 5 people to run a raid, but you need one more. Well, within the game, you can set up some type of it's kind of like a matchmaking, but only for like one person. So you could get that 6th player in and advertise yourself like saying, hey, we need one more. And that person will join in if they see you on the board and stuff like that.
We know that. We already talked about it.
Okay, cool.
I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool, though. You know what I'm saying? But I guarantee, though, everybody who does that, those 5 members are going to be like 300 plus light level. Don't be a fucking noob, and you better know what to do. I'm like, oh, shit.
Well, I've done that.
You ever seen that shit on, you ever seen that shit? There's like 50 restrictions.
When I post my shit on LFG, like on the app, I say the exact same shit. Like when I play the raids or whatever, like I just look at the raids, whoever joined. My light level's always high anyways, 400. So I normally play the fucking competitive of the Trials of Osiris. So I'm one of those motherfuckers say your KD must be 1.3 or above. Don't suck. Please don't. If you're a hunter, I need you. Please shade step. Please be a tryhard. Please. Because I need tryhard.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, let's move on to the
Can
next.
I ask,
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Can I ask Porter Rock a question? What do you think about all the Xbox community literally now committing suicide because Destiny allegedly is only 30 FPS on the Scorpio?
I cried.
Well, I try to calm them down. I mean, listen, I understand that, the Xbox community, especially the fanboys or, the tech enthusiasts, they want everything native for K60. They also have to have some expectations. It's not always just the hardware. The hardware probably could run Destiny 2 on 60 frames, but Microsoft already said when it comes to multiplayer, it's going to be the same across the board. So the game's going to be 30 because the Xbox One vanilla and Xbox One S version is 30. They're not going to give a 60 frame advantage to the Scorpio versus those users. And they're not going to segregate the 2 fan base either. So the game's going to run on 30 because everyone's running on 30. So this is one of the things I was telling people, that no matter what, these consoles are tethered to the vanilla console. No matter what, these consoles will never truly get, you're not going to get a game actually made out of 8 gigs. That, they allocated, 8 gigabytes to game on Scorpio, but the game is still going to be a 5 gig game because the Xbox One version and the PS4 version is a 5 gig game. Those 3 extra gigs is just for graphics. So you're not going to get a game with bigger worlds, that you will normally get when you have a console with super powerful hardware. It's just going to make your games look prettier. But when it comes to multiplayer, it's going to be the same across the board. If you expect 60 FPS multiplayer, then that means that Xbox One version is 60 frames. If it's not 60 frames, the Scorpio version is not going to be as frames. So it's not about the hardware. It's just they're going to keep an even playing field across the platforms. Now, granted, the Scorpio version is going to look better. You're going to have a nice looking 30 frames per second, but it's still going to be 30 frames per second to even out every player that's going to participate.
Right. And I'm just going to address Aurelius in the chat right there. I think I said your name right. But the reason why I said that is because of that fact right there. I mean, if you have a like a PC player playing at 144 frames per second, and we're playing on some games like at 60 frames per second, they have an unfair advantage. That's the reason why there's a lot of games that don't always allow crossplay between us and PC, not to mention the mouse and keyboard. But then you go into the Xbox Scorpio. I know Ryan McCaffrey said that, but let's put it this way: no company, Activision, or y'all are getting loud. No, Activision or anybody else is not going to come out and say, well, you know what, Sony paid us to keep that game 30 frames per second. So it's what Ryan McCaffrey said.
They did confirm, the developers did confirm themselves that the CPU for the PS4 Pro isn't strong enough for.
Right? I mean that's fine. I mean that's fine. I mean that, like them saying that, but that, like they're saying Ryan McCaffrey came out and said because of the marketing deal. The developers are locking it to 30 frames per second on all consoles, and I'm like, that's not happening. That, like, no marketing deal would be to, like, keep it, like, limited on another console. That would be, like, basically why even put it on the other console if you're going to pay that much money to be able to negate or to be able to dictate what goes on the other console.
The marketing deals have nothing to do with frame rates and stuff.
When it comes to that, I mean, it's simply because of the fact that, just like what Porter Rock said, is that
parity. It's all about.
It's console parity within console parity within itself. Though
You are correct. It is parity, but not with PS4.
It's not parity with PS4. That's the reason why
it's both, because neither one can run 60 frames per second.
Oh, the one I would imagine both of them can. Okay,
so
but
you guys think the Scorpio couldn't run Destiny 2 at 60 FPS?
Okay, wait a minute.
I'm not saying. I mean, we don't know. Well, we still don't know much about the Scorpio, or even what it looks like for that matter.
I mean, shit. I mean, yeah, the fuck we do. Did you see the fucking specs of it? That bitch could run Destiny 2 in 60 FPS.
No, we don't know for one thing, because of the fact
it's not a guarantee, but I'm sure it could.
Okay, for the first thing though, I will say though that if in the present form Destiny 2 is in, they like the PS4 Pro can't run 60 FPS. But if they quit putting so much focus on visuals and making it such this beautiful, spectacular, graphically enhanced game, the game could hit 60 FPS. It's simply they're putting too much resources into, like, making sure it's the most graphical experience rather than, like, the fluidity of a game. I'd rather have the 60 FPS than a 30 FPS game.
I would say this on Scorpio. On Scorpio, even on me, I think on medium it could legitimately run at 60 FPS, like 4K.
Well, yeah, but but what I'm saying, but they're putting too much emphasis on the visuals.
But at the end of the day, is these are not, especially the Pro, but neither of these consoles are next generation consoles. These are mid-gen refreshes. These are Xbox One
exactly
refreshes.
Xbox 1.5 and PS 4.5.
That's all they are.
And they have to run it.
They have to run the games no different than the vanilla platform,
because it gives an unfair advantage. If the Scorpio was running at 60 FPS and the OG Xbox One was running at 30 FPS, the people in the Scorpio would have the advantage, and that's actually like pay to play, like that's pay to win or whatever. They don't want to promote that. So that's the reason why they make this parity across the whole Xbox One platform and across the whole PlayStation 4 platform, is so that way nobody has any sort of advantage.
All right, Rambo, but then why would they come out and say that wait to E3 for the Scorpio?
Who?
That's what
the Xbox
developer. And somebody said this in the chat as well.
What developer said that?
What?
I think Bungie said that we have to wait for the E3 for the Scorpio.
But that's only because they're locked behind an NDA. They can't talk.
Yeah, they can't talk about. I mean, the same thing. Like whenever we knew that there was a Rise of the Tomb Raider coming to PlayStation 4, but whenever asked about it, they couldn't talk about it.
Right.
The same thing is like they are stuck with only being able to talk about PC and PS4.
Yeah, but Phil Spencer had conversations on this already. You know what I'm saying? So Phil Spencer said that every because we were actually complaining because we were worried that the PC version was actually going to be lacking of what Phil Spencer said. But he said that every game that's on the multiplayer base is going to be the same frames per second across the whole Xbox One platform. So if it's
but the thing is the one on PC is gonna. But the thing is the PC version is gonna look better, right?
No, we don't. I mean, we don't know the PC version. There's not going to be one on the Play Anywhere title, so it's not going to be on the Windows 10 store. It's only releasing on the Battle.net app.
It's not a
Play Anywhere title.
Well, no, the PC version of Destiny is a 4K.
It's
going as high as 120 frames, but they're playing within their own community. They're not playing. It's not like it's cross play.
No, because
I know that much. I know that. I didn't ask it was it going to be crossplay. That's not what I was
But
saying.
it'll go to 4K. It'll go to 4K. It'll go all the way up to
that's all I'm
It's
saying.
whatever,
frames
yeah.
per second.
It's whatever your hardware could do. It's unlocked. The frames is unlocked. It's a normal PC thing.
I mean, like the thing is, I mean, I knew it wasn't going to be crossplay. That's not something I was asking. Like, I mean, you can't play with the Xbox people. Like, if you're on PlayStation, you can't play with them. So you're playing with the own PlayStation and Xbox community. That's what I was saying. All I was saying was like, I'm sure the PC version is going to be the best looking version out of all of the fucking platforms. Scorpio,
I've been trying to tell everybody, like all the Xbox guys keep on going, come over here and play the best looking, the best version of the multi-platform. I'm like going, that's a PC.
Maybe
like
on console.
Maybe the best looking console version, maybe. But the best version of the game is actually always going to be on PC.
Exactly. That's so. I mean,
as long as the game is on.
I'm getting mine on
Vega, the actual GPU comes out in June. So it's game over. Ryzen's out. Or Ryzen's about to be out. Vega's about to be out. It's already a wrap.
The 1080 Ti is already out. That's 12 teraflops.
You know what I'm saying? But it's already a wrap. So
yeah, I mean, it's done. I mean,
well, the 1280 Ti came out, so it's higher than the 1080.
No, the 1080 Ti came out.
Oh, I have a 1070. So
yeah, the 1080 Ti is like 12 teraflops and. Like it's a beast. I mean, it's basically.
Teraflops do I have? I got 1070.
I think you have like 6 or something.
Oh, 6.
I think he needs to show it. I think he's lying. Let me stop.
If you want me to fucking show it, I definitely will. I have no fucking problem doing that.
Demetrius, you know I'm gonna mess with you.
I don't have a $12,000 PC and never show it, so I'm not one of those people.
Well, we're talking about the Ryzen Vega thing. I'm all ears. That's all I've been hearing. So I really like that kind of stuff. I don't know what it is, but apparently it's a big deal and it's supposed to be in Scorpio. So yeah, let's do it.
Hey guys, somebody in the chat just mentioned there's no dedicated servers to
no
dedicated servers on the first one either. So why would you expect?
All right, let me break this down because I'm glad this topic brought up. So there's no dedicated servers on any platform, all right? And this is the reason why. When Microsoft announced this dedicated servers for games and stuff when it first started, I knew most developers not gonna do it. Right? Even when Microsoft offered it for free, I knew Activision and EA, they weren't gonna do it anyway. Only a few people would do it. Main reason is these big third parties, they already invested millions in their own infrastructure. That's like buying a house, but yeah, you're gonna live in somebody else's apartment that they own. For what? You own a house already. You understand what I'm saying? Majority of developers, they have their architecture. They don't want to deal with running their games on an architecture that they don't own and control. Because even though Microsoft is doing those dedicated servers and they're offering it up for free, it still belongs to Microsoft. They control those servers. It's theirs. Activision is not going to try to hear that their game that they control is being ran on a server they don't own. They're not trying to hear that.
Especially if that server goes down, then they have no control over that.
Yeah, if Microsoft decides to do an update or do something, and now fucking Call of Duty is down for maintenance because of a Microsoft decision that has nothing to do with them. That's why a lot of people a lot of the third-party developers didn't go for dedicated servers because it's not their servers. Even if it's free, it doesn't matter. It's still not theirs.
Dedicated servers also cost more money to run and maintain.
Exactly. Oh yeah, that's how Microsoft went. And Microsoft said it's free. They'll handle all the maintenance costs. But like Activision, Ubisoft, they're like, thanks for the offer, but no thanks. We got our own servers. We already invested in it. We'll do our own thing. And that's the reason why a lot of this dedicated server didn't take off. It's a great idea, but the only way this will take off if the third-party developers do it themselves. If they change their structure to provide dedicated servers for the users. That's the only way it's going to take off.
But Bungie did say that Destiny 2, they did say that they fixed the servers and they're trying to make it better for the basic multiplayer experience for everyone. So maybe the rules should be a little bit balanced in what it was.
I've only really had problems whenever like they'd either do an update or something like that, or in the very beginning whenever they were first coming. Destiny was actually first becoming a big thing, and then the further it went, like towards like the Rise of Iron release, it seemed like other than the fact of like when the big release happened, it seemed like the servers actually balanced themselves out. I mean, there was problems still with like Trials of Osiris and stuff, but as far as like the actual just gameplay stuff. raids and stuff like that. I never really had a huge problem later on in the life cycle of Destiny. So I'm thinking they're just going to keep that kind of going. I'm sure everybody's going to expect server problems when Destiny 2 launches because everybody is going to jump on that damn thing. So like there's no servers out there that can actually protect against that.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. I think I'm gonna be excited for it now. Once I got some people to play with, I know you guys are gonna be having it on PlayStation.
I got a question because I wasn't big on the first Destiny. All right, but if I get it, I'm probably going to get it for PlayStation. Who on this panel gonna play with me?
I mean, I would, but the thing
I'm
is,
definitely down because I'm over Destiny.
Anyway,
but
so.
it's, me myself
Alright.
personally, like I have a say so. Okay, I would play, but my character is on the Xbox version, so I have to go and buy it on there. You know what I'm saying? Reason
No,
why?
you don't, because
But your characters don't transfer over to the second game, though.
But I heard your characters do, but you just have to start over, right?
No,
Yeah, but I
they
mean,
don't.
what? Just the look of your character carries over. That's it.
And
Yeah,
nothing
nothing else.
progression-wise carries over.
You can always redo that.
nothing. So I mean, I guess the time that you spent like making your character look a certain way, like as far as like the Taken and all that kind of not Taken, but Awoken and all that.
Yeah, he's Awoken
that part's going to carry over the hair color and stuff. But that's it. I mean, it's really no big deal.
Right. So you think I should just get it on the PlayStation so I can play with you guys? Because
Well, I'm not buying it on the Xbox One or anything like that because I'm only buying it on the PlayStation because the only thing my Xbox One is going to be used for is the three games a year they might release.
that boy said the 3 games they might release. Look at Rambo throwing that shade throwing that shade.
No, he ain't throwing no shade. They threw the shade on himself. He's just repeating the shade.
Yeah, I know.
Let's get it right. I know you are. Well, let's move on to because we got a couple more subjects. So let's move on to the next one. Okay. Now, we all know Injustice 2 dropped. It's out. I had to wait an extra day and a half to get mine. Okay, after it came out, and everybody's telling me they're gonna whoop my ass because they got an extra 48 hours to do it. Puerto Rock. Anyway, and you know, for me, the fighting and the graphics are phenomenal. Okay,
Not on the
sound
Xbox
is top
version,
notch. It is on a PlayStation. It is. The sound is top notch. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I got
there you
that
go.
bitch on it.
You bought it. I'm getting to you next. I'm working on you. Wait. Now, the online to me is really fast. Okay, it's fast compared to a lot of other fighting games. Okay. Now,
It is
Demetrius, this is for you. Justice on the Xbox One to duck them L's I was going to give you. That's why you got on the Xbox One. And
No,
you know
it's because I
no,
accidentally
you
bought
know
it
I
on
was
the Xbox One.
no,
I
you-
forgot I fucking pre-ordered it because I
You know-
pre-ordered it on the PlayStation and I had to cancel it.
No. Demetrius, you are afraid of the Irish girl gamer who whoops ass in fighting. Admit it.
Not
Okay,
really.
you know you were going to get your ass. You know
Not
I'm your
really,
favorite.
it's
You know I'm your favorite girl
Man, I
gamer.
got
Just
games,
hush,
man.
just
I'm
hush.
telling you, I got
Just
gameplay
hush.
of me already on the Xbox One, destroying people with Wonder Woman, fucking destroying people, doing these combos. After this podcast, I'm dead serious. You lucky. You people are lucky in the chat that you don't have Injustice on the Xbox One because Wonder Woman, me and Wonder Woman gonna give you that work. Okay.
Okay. So now for the people who do have the game and have played it on the game.
Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, I just beat the story mode yesterday. The single player story is fucking amazing. And I do agree, Wonder Woman's a badass in that game.
Hell yeah.
I'm a main with Wonder Woman. She's dope.
Yeah, I got the demon suit, that $100 version, boy. Hell yeah.
That game is dope. Yeah, so I want to try the next thing I want to try out is that multiverse shit. See, do a couple of things like that, and then start playing on the multiplayer side and stuff. But I love it. It was fun. It was more fun than the first one. I'm having more fun with this.
Border Rock, I don't mean to interrupt you, but there's a fake Titanfall princess in the chat. Ignore it. You know when I make my comments, just ignore it.
Oh boy. Okay.
Be fake again. All right, go ahead, Border Rock. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, I think it's amazing. They did a great job, and I could see this game having long legs. Because I guess you get armor pieces, and you could actually develop your character and actually play online with not the rank matches, but the other mode. I think it's dope. I think they did a real good job with this one. I think it's phenomenal. So it was worth the $99 I paid for.
Okay. Now, Demetrius, what do you want to say? Now, he got it on PlayStation. What do you want to say about Xbox? You already said the graphics weren't the best, but we got good graphics over here. So, what's your issues on Xbox with this game?
Wonder Woman kind of like some parts of the game. I was playing the story mode. Some of the motherfuckers look faded on there. Like they look ashy. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to throw Batman some fucking lotion or some shit.
Oh shit, they look ashy as hell.
Yeah, man. I wanted to slap
The
the shit out
Xbox?
of the Batman. I was like, boom, nigga, this what you need, some fucking lotion, bro. You ashy, my nigga. But anyways, Wonder Woman looks gorgeous in certain scenes because I'm one of those Wonder Woman fanboys. So I will tell you that. But she's not my favorite character in DC. But I'm a fanboy of her. She's one of my favorites of DC, but not my favorite. My number one favorite. I mean, she's probably
All right.
my number 4.
All right,
But,
I got a question for you. What about the controls? Because T Mang Fu in the chat said the controls suck on there with the controller.
It really does. Certain inputs when I try to do like a there's a move you can do with Wonder Woman when I do forward XX down forward. Sometimes like I'm playing with an Elite controller, so I know I'm playing with the best the best fucking controller ever made. Supposedly, that's what Xbox says. So I'm playing with that controller, and sometimes like like Wonder Woman would end up doing another input because of the lag. So the lag in the game is like really, really bad in it. I don't know. On the Xbox version, it's very bad.
You got a lot of lag? No, see,
Yeah.
I only get lag. The only time I get lag is when I'm whooping somebody's ass, and after when they're almost whooped, then all of a sudden lag all of a sudden pops in there, and then it's gone again.
No, I hit.
Huh?
Hold on.
All right, go ahead. Somebody else want to do? Demetrius got to probably have a customer. Does anybody else want to jump in here?
Yeah, so Injustice 2, I really like it. I wasn't really too much of a big fan of the first one, but what I seen with the second one definitely enticed me to want to pick it up. So since picking it up, I've been on it pretty much every day, hitting the lab, training. I'm gonna do the story this weekend. I got it on PS4 Pro, and it looks beautiful, very beautiful on my 4K TV. It looks very good, and I like it. And my main is Bane and Atrocitus.
Okay, so you're enjoying it.
Yeah, a lot.
Nice. Craig, what are your thoughts? Do you have it? Do you own it? You're gonna get it? What's going on?
No, I will tell the big. I'm not a big fighter guy. My favorite, like I said, my favorite fighting game is Mortal Kombat because it's got blood and spikes and stuff like that, and it's got that guy saying "get over here" and all that stuff. But I will say to the Wonder Woman fanboy, I did go see the movie, and since the NDA has been lifted, without spoiling it, you'll love the movie. I mean, you will love the movie. So they got a bona fide hit on their hands with Wonder Woman, the movie.
Unfortunately, Demetrius, who is the Wonder Woman fanboy on here, had to go for a second.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah, you might have to repeat that to him. But anyway,
well, that's fine. I'll buy it. I think I'm gonna probably buy. I got 6 days off. I'm on like a mini vacation, so
okay.
So I may pick it on up just to use that Flash because I like
Flash is a faggot. I can't stand him.
Well, you know.
Well, you just missed what he said. Tell him what you said, Craig.
Well, since you're a Wonder Woman fanboy, and since the NDA has been lifted, I can tell you that you'll love the movie. Go ahead and get your tickets now. It's a bona fide hit.
I already bought it. Man, what you talking?
All right, yeah, it's good. Good movie.
Oh yeah.
What do you think, Rambo? Did you get this, or are you gonna play it?
I'm not a fighter, fighter guy. So I mean, I probably won't even bother with it.
Yeah, you can sure you did say that before. You weren't a fighter. Okay, well, let's move on. Well, I'm gonna move on to the last subject I have. But after this, if somebody wants to bring something up, you're more than welcome. Of something that I may have not have saw, because I've been going through a lot. So a lot of people on the panel know that. So I'm gonna move on to the last one, and then you guys can. I'll open it up the floor in case somebody wants to bring up something. Okay, now Microsoft recently renewed the rights to Scalebound. Okay, now I looked on Twitter. You have some people saying that Scalebound was being worked on, and then you had what is it? Windows Control tweet out that it's not being worked on. Now, what I think happened personally, and this is just my opinion, if this game's not going to come out, Microsoft probably wanted to reserve the right, okay, to it so that nobody else can pick it up. Because keep in mind, Scalebound was supposed to be a platinum game, okay? It's not a game by Microsoft Studios or anything like that. Do you guys actually think Scalebound has a chance at being released or worked on by anybody?
No.
And why?
No,
I wish it does get worked on, but I don't see who they're gonna.
I wouldn't buy it. First of all, I mean, it's Platinum Games' game, and I know Microsoft owned the IP, but for them to put it in the hands of another developer would not have the same feel, the same look as the original game did. So I wouldn't even mess with it because it would be probably placed in a Western developer's hands trying to do a JRPG type game. Wouldn't work out for me. Second of all, the reason why these companies do that is so that way Platinum Games can't go get that IP and then be able to, because they still have some of the property they worked on and stuff like that. So therefore, if that IP becomes released or capable of being used, or being bought, then they can come in and secure the IP, go run to Sony or go run to somewhere else and say, hey, fund this and we'll make your game. So that's the reason why these IPs get bought or get re-upped or whatever by these companies. So that way it protects the thing that they actually were going to do. It doesn't basically is just a block for the other companies not to be able to use that. Sony's done it. That
was my thought exactly. So nobody else can do it.
Sony's done it plenty of times with their IPs. Microsoft's done it plenty with their IPs. I don't know why this became like such a huge thing in the community. It's a normal thing to have happen. That they secure or renew IPs that have no game coming out at all, and never you don't see a game from them or if at all for 20 years. So I mean, it's nothing new. I just don't know why everybody's making such a big deal out about it. But it actually is exposing a lot of people, though, because all the people that said they didn't give a shit about Scalebound are now like all of a sudden tweeting out going, "Oh, Scalebound's coming back out. Everything's great." Like, no, I thought you didn't give a shit about Scalebound.
Bunch of fucking frauds. You know what I'm saying? I made a tweet be like, "You motherfuckers have no morals. Fucking, you're only using this game as a fucking talking point." I'm still genuinely interested in this game. Actually, I do hope, if Microsoft put it in the hands of another developer, I'm interested to see maybe they could do something. I'm interested. I'm willing to give it a chance. You understand what I'm saying? I'm willing to give it a chance and stuff like that. But again, a lot of people who says, "Oh, I'm not into these games, or I'm not interested," are the same people who are now tweeting, "Oh, it's gonna be the big thing of E3." Man, you motherfuckers are frauds. Like, stop it. You're embarrassing yourself. Like, just log off of Twitter. Cut it out. You're looking foolish and stuff. If you weren't interested in this game, then just keep it real. Be like, I'm still not interested, whatever. But don't come out and now, out of desperation, hoping that Microsoft pulls a rabbit out of hat for E3 and shit like that. Because that's the sense I'm getting from Twitter and social media and shit like that. That some people have a feeling that Microsoft may not have a great E3 that everyone's expecting, so they're jumping on every little bit they can. I hope Microsoft does have a great E3 because, this E3 can't just be about Scorpio because the majority are not going to get this platform. You know what I'm saying? You need something that's going to convince people to buy the Xbox One S, and you need to show Xbox One S owners and vanilla Xbox One owners, what's about for the future, what's coming out this holiday, what Microsoft has in plan for next year. It's for them too. It's not just for Scorpio. It's not just for the 500,000 people that's going to buy Scorpio for the first month. They're the minority. What about everyone else? Those that want to buy the cheaper version of Xbox and those that already own an Xbox One and don't plan to upgrade. What do they get out of this E3? It can't just be we're going to have an hour and a half of 4K, to which 90% of the people won't even be able to notice it because they don't have 4K TVs to even truly see 4K at an E3 presentation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'll piggyback on what Rambo was saying. The exposure has been brutal. I mean, it's like no SPF 30 on these people. I mean, it's you had a guy whose name rhymes with Vandal Shore literally a few months ago when Scalebound was canceled, literally damage controlling. Well, games get canceled. Now doing podcasts with cartwheels and fairies and you know, all the little Hulkamanias and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's just ridiculous with some of the stuff they're saying. I agree with you, Porter Rock. Either you like the game, you're genuinely excited about it, like me, who bought the Xbox One only to find out 6 days later that Phil Big Head Spencer came around with his axe and cut the game. So disappointing, but it's just fanboy BS at its finest. It's a nice Friday.
That's what it is. Anybody else want to add anything to that? Because I actually thought of something else to bring up. Nobody else want to add nothing? Bring up this. Now, Microsoft released for free Phantom Dust on Xbox One. And I'm going to tell you something. OG looked better than the Xbox One did. That game looked like shit, played like shit. Not even 30 frames per second, guys. It was garbage.
Which game?
So you're gonna Phantom Dust.
Okay.
It looked like shit. I only downloaded because it was free. I'm playing it. I'm like, this looks like, what the fuck is this shit? The OG looked better than this. And it was not even 30 frames per second. Come on. Any thoughts? Did anybody download that? And what are your thoughts on it? And if you played it on the OG, what are your thoughts on it?
All right. I played the game on OG. Obviously, I didn't download this version, but I would say that it's probably the reason why they released it for free. I think between the negative feedback, the messaging, the damage control developers tried to do, I think they realized there's no possible way we can actually sell this game for a cost. But I think they're gonna try to, because it's like a card-based game too, in a way. I think what they're gonna try to do is they'll make the money back through DLC and stuff like that. If they could get people hooked on. But like I said, this game is on the OG Xbox. It's 2 generations behind. If you want people interested in this, they had to put in a little bit more work. You know, they had to redo that.
That's what I'm saying. They didn't do shit with it. They didn't do shit. That game looked like complete trash.
You know, so I don't know. And what makes it worse, and I know some Xbox community be like, well, you guys get PS2 games all the time. I'm like, you know, you do have a point. You know, PS2 games do get released on the PS4 with no changes. But here's the thing. We actually have been getting actual PS4 games. The PS2 games aren't the big deal over the last
nice one.
You know what I'm saying? No one's making articles over fucking, you know, this Gale. So whatever the fuck. I don't even know what PS2 games came out recently because there's no articles. It's not a big deal. But this Phantom Dust was a big deal. It was being talked about the community. You got people on Twitter like, oh my God, this is Phil Spencer's one of his favorite games. We weren't having these conversations with PS2 to PS4 ports. We're not having these big conversations because we're talking about Persona 5. We're talking about Yakuza. We're talking about Horizon. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're talking about MLB. We're talking about Neo. We're talking about actual PS4 games.
We're talking about what's going on now because we got stuff to talk about that's going on now. They don't.
So, you know, when the big thing to talk about is Phantom Dust, then yes, it's gonna look bad because you're not talking about anything else. You know, this is why Microsoft's strategy of trying to release games at the end of the year, especially when people don't really give a fuck, they need to release these games early in the year because there's nothing. You know, flood the first half of the year and then let the third party take care of the final half because that's when they third party release everything. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, Xbox right now only has fucking Phantom Dust to talk about as something that Microsoft published. And it's, you know, a lot of people are like, this is fucking garbage. And that's just how it is.
Porter, just what you can do is just go. It's free, so go download it, check it out. Because you can erase it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Don't take my word for it, because you played the one on the OG, so you know what I'm talking. You'll know what I'm talking about when you play the game.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I don't got time for that shit.
You ain't got time for that shit.
I ain't got time.
Anybody else?
Time for experiments.
It's like anybody else want to add? All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Porter.
No, it's just like cutting a frog in a lab rat. I ain't got time for that shit no more. I'm done with that.
I never played Phantom Dust before. I have no interest.
Chris Ducom in the chat. First of all, I didn't call Phantom Dust crap. I didn't say the game was crap. I said it looks like shit and don't play right on the Xbox One. Get what I said right. On the OG, it was a hell of a goddamn game. I said it's not right on the Xbox One. So don't twist my words. Y'all in chat like to twist my words. Listen to what I'm saying. Everybody here that's in the, in this party with me, on this live stream, they heard what I said. But y'all have selective hearing down there.
Hey, you guys,
And you must be a fanboy.
hey, you guys, I'm finna head home probably like another 20 minutes, so I'll be able to get on the computer and talk. All right.
But no, that's not what I said. I said it was good on the OG. It's not good on Xbox One. That's what I said. Real. Don't switch my words. Anybody else have anything to add to Phantom Dust thing on here?
I never played Phantom Dust. I have no interest in it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well. Hey, you never played. You have no interest. You never played it. So hey, it is what it is. All right. Now that was my last subject. I want to see. Does anybody have anything else they want to bring up that they heard of that's going on in the industry, whether it be Xbox, whether it be PlayStation, whether it be PC?
I
Now's
had
the time.
something. Yeah, let me ask the panel this because I don't know if anybody caught this. I think this was on Gaming Bolt. I don't know if it's .com or .net, and it may have been Tuesday or Wednesday, but it said something about the Destiny launch and what it was going to be on consoles or something like that. But it said something about the next generation PlayStation 4, PlayStation, something like that. So do you all think that was a misprint, or do you think they may actually be working on another console at this point?
What, say it again. Who did what?
I think it was on gamingbolt.com.
Yeah, say that again.
Yeah, I think it was on gamingbolt.com, and it was maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. But it said something about possibly a next generation PlayStation. Like they were.
It originated from a Reddit post.
Okay.
They talked about like what to expect on the Destiny reveal, and it was talk about like the multiplayer, 4K this or whatever. I mean, just kind of like the bullshit about Destiny, and then I said, and then for it to be playable on the next PlayStation console. And so the media ran with it because apparently whoever posted it is somebody, I don't know. I mean, these people with Reddit have different names and what they do on Twitter and shit. So, but that's where it originated from. There's nothing from anybody showing where there's going to be a next PlayStation console. I think people are just feeding off of that stupid analyst's thing. I've never seen a console get this close to E3 without some sort of actual like leaks, like true leaks, not just that one's coming, but actual leaks of the console and or what it entails and stuff like that. But this is getting a little bit ridiculous for people like keep on saying the next PlayStation console. Show me. I mean, yeah, if that's one thing, they actually just said the next PlayStation console. They never said that it's not going to be another PlayStation handheld, anything like that. I mean, they just said PlayStation console. So it could be another handheld because we have seen some sort of like leak of a prototype that they're working on that kind of looks like the Switch. So if they do that, then that I guess that would be sticking with their them being true, but they never actually said a new PS4 or a new PS5 or whatever.
Here's the thing.
Rambo, you're exactly right. We discussed this once before, you and I. And on another thing, you're right. Another handheld. Then they didn't say it was an actual console in your home. It didn't say it was another like PlayStation 4, Slim, whatever, Pro, whatever. They never said that. So I think you're right when you say that. But go ahead, continue. I just wanted to say that I believe you're right with that.
Here's one thing people gotta understand. Every company, I'm gonna say every company, but every console developer, successful ones, Nintendo, Microsoft, whatever, as soon as they release their current console, they already start working on the next one, And sometimes these news sites and reporters, they use that because it's kind of like the half truth. When you hear a developer, rumor, Sony's working on the next console, maybe unveil 2018. So they said maybe 2018. So because they said maybe, they technically could say that in the article because they're not telling you it's 2018. They're saying maybe. But the chances are Sony is developing the next generation console because they're going to do research. There has to be research and design. They're not going to wait till the last minute to get to the drawing board. Right now it's a paper concept. They're doing the math. They're talking to AMD. They're finding out what projects they have, what they're going on. They're in the all these tech guys. They're sitting down, going through the math and the numbers. You understand what I'm saying? And Sony, and their manufacturers, whatever, and their first party developers are talking and wheeling and dealing what these numbers can do, what AMD's trying to do, how it could fit in their future profile. The planning takes long. PlayStation 4 began development in 2007. A year after the PS3 launch. You know what I'm saying? That's how fast they focus on the next one. And they go through year after year of research and designing to make sure that when it's ready to launch, they launch a proper console. So is Sony already looking at the PS5? Yes, they are looking at the PS5. Are they looking at to launch in 2018? No, because they don't need to. The PS4 is fucking selling like hotcakes. They are making crazy dollar bills off the thing, and they're not worried. If anything, and I said this in other podcasts, I said, in fact, in my podcast, if Sony has anyone to fear, it is in Microsoft and the Scorpio. Just on this fact alone, Scorpio doesn't have the worldwide reach that the Nintendo Switch does. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have that reach. Nintendo sells worldwide anywhere. When they sell everywhere, especially in the Asian market. So if Sony has anything to fear, it's the Nintendo Switch because it's cheap. Nintendo could drop the price on that thing quickly, and it has a worldwide reach. It will be sold in stores where Xbox One or Scorpios won't be sold at. You know what I'm saying?
The one thing is with Nintendo, they usually don't like to drop prices.
No, it depends. Because look at 3DS. That thing launched at $250, and they dropped it at $170.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right on that one. Yeah.
So Nintendo will drop the price if they feel it can give them momentum. If they like the Wii U, they didn't feel the console was going to give them momentum, so there's no reason to drop the price because the software is not going to return in favor. But if they feel a quick price drop could give them that momentum where the console could be the number one selling console in the world, they will do that just to make sure that console is the number one selling console in the world. And that's an actual worldwide reachable platform that sells everywhere if it's successful.
Sure. Just so you guys know, we had somebody else enter the podcast very late at the end, like usual. And he entered late. Graham, introduce yourself and say hi to everybody. Oh, you don't want to talk
man,
now?
I'm just listening. I say I came in late, so just listening. Throwing in my 2 cents where it may need to be thrown in. But other than that, it's a good podcast so far. Not trying to throw off the balance,
Okay. Well, I got another subject because we have somebody in the chat, and I think all y'all on this panel right now can speak up for this. Someone in the chat says that my panel and anybody I bring on here don't game. We're not gamers. We're out here talking shit. We don't game.
Shit, you could check my trophy level, punk. My shit's public, unlike some podcasts that hide their trophy level. I'm just saying though. I'm just putting it out there.
You can check my trophy level, and you can check my achievement score. Right? I think I have close to 60 platinums, and I think I have like a 43,000 gamer score. So come at me.
Yep, I even put it in the chat room. Porter Rock 77. Check the stats.
I don't really care.
And they can check my stats because I'm over on Microsoft. I'm over 104K. Okay, this is my second account on PlayStation. Excuse me, my third account on PlayStation. My third. This one that I'm currently using is at 14. The other one was 13. The other one was like 12. So you add that all shit up. Don't tell me I don't game, bitch.
I don't really care what nobody says, so I ain't really they can say whatever.
It's really just like last week how we were talking about how trolls get into the comment section and start popping shit off. So
yeah, you just gotta ignore them.
If you want to ask them, that's fine. But at the same time, people know that they game. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. So sometimes those statements are true. You got podcasts that don't game, and those are the ones that privatize the gamer tags and trophies.
And that's what makes it look bad.
That's the one thing I like, especially now where you can actually see what they're doing online. As long as you don't block it, the last game they played, what trophies they earned, how long, all that shit. But my shit's open to the public. You know what I'm saying? holla at me, dog. You can check my shit out. I don't hide my shit.
You can compare. I said you can compare everything, any game you played to any game I played. You know what I'm saying? See how many hours I got in, everything. So.
Yeah. Me, I don't block shit. You could compare your trophy versus my trophy. You could see what trophies are earned on my game versus your game. You could go to like where it gives you generalized on what the player's been playing, and you can see the games I've been playing recently and stuff like that and shit. I'm gonna tell you this: you won't see Netflix in my most recent use. You won't see that on my PlayStation 4. You will not see Porter Rock recently watch Netflix. Best believe that.
Well,
Exactly.
you went with me because I like this week I've been actually sick with the flu, so I've been watching what's Iron Fist and what's that other one? Luke Cage. I caught up on both of those while I was sick.
So in other words, you've been exposed. Is that what you're saying?
That's the only. Yeah, I've been exposed to the flu.
You've been exposed
To the flu, but yeah, you can check. Yeah, you check. Just check my trophies, man. It's everything's public, man. I don't hide shit.
Yeah, I'm looking at mine now. I don't know where there's a total count out, but I've got a bunch. I don't know where there's a total count at though. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be streaming Mass Effect Andromeda later because I want to try to throw a hump on that navigator, Suvi. So I'll be streaming that later. So.
You know, it's so weird to me that people prioritize shit like that because I can remember back when I started gaming, you know, when I would go to school, elementary school, and you trading games and you're talking about the games you want to get, and as you get older, it's always been like a social thing. Like that's how you get friends. I've gotten like some lifelong friends just from playing games, and it's crazy how people would want to hide, you know, their gameplay for whatever reason. I mean, gaming is a social thing. Like, I just don't get it.
You see, I agree with you, Grimy.
Yeah.
It is a social thing, and you're right. You do make friends. I made a lot of friends here. Okay, look at my panel. I got a lot of friends right here that have been by me from day one. Even all the bullshit I went through have been by me. And Grimy, you're one of them, and you know that. Okay. We went through a lot together. We talked a lot, you know. So all I'm saying is that I don't understand why people gotta take gaming to a different level. Why can't you just be sociable, like everybody, just have fun, enjoy your gaming, and if you don't like a particular person you game with, then just unfriend them. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And then plus it's like we all understand, like as we get older, you know, you get responsibilities. Maybe you can't game as much. But that should never be a reason for you to, oh, I haven't gamed in a couple of days. You know, people are going to clown me for it. Like, man, that's bullshit to me. Like, you know, if I haven't played a game in a couple of days, if I game on the weekends, I'm still a gamer. You know, people, you know, whether you want to, if you consider yourself a hardcore, casual, whatever, like at the end of those two words is the word gamer. So, you know, I celebrate all gamers. If you're a hardcore, if you game every day, if you can put in, you know, 8 hours of game in a day, or if you can only get it in on the weekends, like, hey, fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Send me your request. We can game anytime. So
yeah, and I just want to point out again about my trophy level or trophies and my achievement score. That's me raising 5 kids and a grandkid, a 2-month-old grandkid. So come at me with your trophy score. Let's see if it matches up to my responsibilities and my gamer score.
I agree with you on that. I agree with both you on that shit because we all have responsibilities. We are most of us work, okay? Other responsibilities outside of this, okay? Like I have 2 elderly parents I'm taking care of. Well, right now they just had a surgery, which I ain't gonna get into on air, okay? But I'm gonna tell you something. You all people that talk this shit, who have nothing better to do but troll people, or some old fart that thinks they can game and can't game, and you're hating on everybody else to do game and have fun with it because you ain't got nothing going on in your life. We have things going on in our life. We have family, we have loved ones, whatever, and our games. Y'all don't, so stop hating. Just let it go. Just move on. Go somewhere else. Go mess with other people because we don't need your hate. We don't care about you. Y'all think you hurt us? You don't hurt us at all. We gamers in a community that stick together are strong. We are strong people. You don't understand that. Bother us like you think it does. So troll all you want, and it is what it is. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. But anybody else want to bring up any other topics that you heard in the news this week? Rambo, any other PC news that you want to bring out that maybe you heard about? Because I know you play on PC at times.
There hasn't really been much of anything really going on here lately. I mean, Destiny 2 kind of took the stage over everything, so
okay,
there hasn't really been much of anything going on, news-wise at least.
Okay, well, I wanted to ask because, like I said, this is a multi-podcast channel. I mean, sometimes we talk more about PlayStation, but it is for multiple people. I like gamers on here that play on multiple platforms. I do like that because then you get an insight to everything. You know, PlayStation, Xbox, PC. And that's the way it should be. When you have a panel of people, if you're going to talk about gaming, talk about all the platforms. If you know about them. And if you don't, like we had people here say, well, I'm not sure about that game, I'm not sure about this, I'm not sure. And they say, I'm not going to comment on it. That's the way it should be. And don't say things that are not real or not fact. Just because you think you know it all. Oh, I game here, so I know everything about every other console or every other place to game on, including a PC. If you don't game on a PC, you know nothing about a PC. I don't game on a PC, so I'm not knowledgeable, so I leave that up. That's why I got Rambo here and other people like Demetrius plays on it too, and other people come in here to play on it. I bring them in here because they can bring you what I don't know because I don't game there, so they can bring it. So for anybody that says we don't know what we're doing, the wrong podcast out there. You're not listening to the right one, which is this one and 60 frames, no lag on Wednesday. So there you go. But anyway, anything up? We're gonna close this out for the night. Okay. A lot of shit's been going on, so I'm gonna close this out. So we're gonna do our outros. I don't think Demetrius is here right now. I think he's still traveling. So we'll have to, Demetrius have to save his stuff for next week. But we're gonna start out with Craig Harris. Do your outros.
Hey, Craig Harris. Craig Harris Talks Games. I appreciate the Vine Princess, and I had a real good time tonight talking to everybody. And everybody just keep it gaming, and y'all have a good, safe weekend. I appreciate it.
All right, then we got Persona.
What's good, people? It's your boy Persona of Gaming with Persona and the Council on whatsuppplaystation.com. Make sure you check out Mind of a Gamer podcast every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. on GWP Archive. Appreciate, Titanfall for having me on. Shout out to Portal Rock. Shout out to everybody else on the panel. Shout out to everybody in the chat. And shout out to my council fam. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Peace.
And then we got Rambo. Do your outros.
What's going on, guys? You can come look at, hit me up on YouTube or Twitter at Rambo's Corner. It's a 0 on Rambo. If you're coming to my YouTube channel, just bear with me on that. I'm going to be getting some more content up there, but I'm getting some more gameplay recorded so that way I can get some more reviews put up. And I plan on, getting something up before E3. So hopefully get back into the swing of things here soon on the channel. But you can come hit me up on Twitter, or I just dump my PSN and Xbox Live into the chat, so you can come hit me up there as well. So,
okay, cool. And Grimy, do your outros.
Hey, what up, Princess? Thank you for inviting me once again. Sorry I was a little late, but shit, me, Grimy314, Twitter, gamertag, Sweet Jones 314. I am copying a Nintendo Switch tomorrow, so if you guys want to look, it'll be Grimy314 on there. you can't really, I guess, I don't know what the multiplayer is like on there. You can just see that I'm online maybe, or, you know, I'll send you a really complicated algorithm to be my friend or something like on there. But yeah, Grammy 314 on Nintendo Switch, hit me up.
Okay, unfortunately, I think Porter Rock got booted. Porter Rock, you still there? No. Porter Rock got booted, unfortunately. But you know where to find Porter Rock. He'll tell you. On Wednesday night, okay, usually Craig Harris is there on the panel as well. It's every Wednesday at usually 7 Eastern Standard Time, unless he's got special guests, and it's a little bit later. It's called the 60 Frames No Lag Podcast, so I'm going to do his outro for him. And what I'm going to say, you know who this is. This is the Titanfall Princess, okay? And I want you to check everybody's channel. Please do that. We got a good cast. And you know what? And before you go, you're going to hit that like button. These people's channels. And you know why? Because you love me. That's why you're going to do it. We're out of here. Later, dude.